Hey everyone, it's Julian Wong from the Binary Lab, and in this video I'm going to be talking about money management for binary options trading beginners. So if you're new to binary options trading, in this video I aim to give you some insights on how to manage your money so that you make money and don't go bust. Um, the journey in binary options it can be a very interesting one, but more often than not, you want it to be a profitable one from the start. So what you want to be able to achieve from the very start is a steadily climbing account rather than one that has, huge gains on day one and heavy losses on day two and struggling to break even on day three. Well, if you have been through such experiences, I think you can know exactly what I'm talking about. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the strategies that I use to manage my funds in binary options trading, and I want to make it as simple as possible for beginners. So get your pen and paper ready. Here is the to-do list for you. Okay, so first and foremost, a lot of you guys got into binary options trading because of some kind of a software or application. And if you watch my other videos, you know that all these softwares and apps are BS. And most of you who are watching this video right now, um, have probably found out by the hard way. But at the same time, you still believe, just like I believe, that there is money to be made here, and you want to learn right now how to do it the right way. So the right way to do it is that, okay, let's talk about wrongs and rights. When you start out with softwares, very often you probably came across some kind of a program that takes trades on your account for your behalf. And in the beginning, you start setting every trade to be $5, and then after a while you saw that every trade was winning, and then you raised the bar to $10. You raised the bar to $25, and then after a while you started putting like $50 per trade, even though your account was only 500, and you put a max trade of 5, which means that you could potentially be like $250, which is half your risk profile into the markets, at any given point of time. So that is just ridiculous risk, and eventually, that's how they get you, because even if the softwares worked a decent percentage, but you're exposing yourself to such a high amount of loss that you not be able to sustain through. Okay, so by the way, check out my other videos to find out why all these apps and software things, robot trades, are all BS. But in the meantime, let's talk about live trading, because a lot of people that come to my channel on Binary Lab know that I teach people how to trade binary options, the brick and mortar way. And the way that I trade is that I recommend traders to go with the number of the level of confidence on the trade. The level of confidence on a trade can be determined by the amount of indicator confirmations. It can be based on uh, you know um, how far overextended the market is. If you're doing a reversal, I generally recommend this. Like, let's say for beginners, you want to be able to build your account by taking high percentage reversal trading, which has at least four confirmations on a trade setup. So typically you want it to be very Fibonacci overextended. You want them to be stretching the Bollinger Bands. You want the stochastics or the RSIs to be oversold or overbought. And then there are one or two more indicators that people inside of the Binary Lab receive as members that help you determine the strength of success in a reversal. So I recommend that people should be building their account using high percentage reversal trades, because on reversal trades, the way I do it, I go for accuracy. Check out my other videos that go along the lines of like 770 in 6 minutes, stuff like that. I have a couple of videos just like that on my channel. Just go and surf it, you'll see. That's the kind of trading I'm talking about, like precision, like just go in and strike it on the first time. And with that style of trading, I can go a little bit higher. Okay, I'm not talking about very high. I can go 2%, 3%. Why? Because with those kind of trading, I do not plan to do multiple entries. I do not plan to martingale. I do not plan to go in again and again. Whereas, let's say if let's say you're doing a trend follow trade, a lot of people would tell beginners that the trend is your friend, But honestly speaking, from experience, I find that trend follows for beginners can be a trickier deal because beginners do not have the means to identify how strong is a trend, okay? Like how many bars is this going to continue for? Um, and if you enter the trend at the wrong time, when the trend is just about to run out of steam, then you don't know how to manage it. Okay, so you could potentially end up having a worse uh, win-loss ratio if you're doing a trend follow than a reversal as a beginner. So if you're going to be doing something that is a lower a lower percentage win rate, then I definitely recommend you to start really small on your money management, probably the smallest trade size possible. So just to give you an idea, my current trade size, my current account is at 72,000, and when I take a trade that I'm trying to go with the trend, where I know that I'll possibly use some double ups here and there, just to ensure that I win it, I start my trades like $200 on a 70,000 account. Okay, and on the other hand, when I do reversal trades, I go for precision, I go for accuracy. I check that I have most of the indicators lined up. I have 4 or 5 confirmations, sometimes even 6. And when I take these trades, as you can see, some of my recent videos, I more than often than not, I get it on the first try, and sometimes I get it on a second entry for the same expiry time. Okay, so when I do those, you can see that I'm going in like 2,000 at a time, right? Maybe or like generally I go like 1,000 something, 2,000, and it depends. Why would I say sometimes 1,000 something, sometimes 2,000? It's because uh, uh, mind you, again, my account's at 71,000. But why the variation? Less confirmations versus more confirmations. Okay, uh, so it's not just about how strongly you feel about a trade, but I personally use indicators. I believe indicators support me to make good, sound decisions in trading, and through the use of indicators, it is able to increase or decrease my confidence in a trade in a very visually represented way. All right, so I hope that gives you some idea. Highly confident based on indicators, higher risk. Low confidence based on indicators, not to say that you can't take it. Sometimes in my trading group, we have like a live chat in Binary Lab, and people say, hey, what look at this one? What do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? What do you think about this one? So, like when I see that all the checkpoints are not there, but I see that it kind of properly can work, I'll take about 50% of what I usually do. If I get half my confirmations, I go 50% of a trade. If I get a quarter of the confirmations, but it still looks like a decent trade, I go for a quarter of what I use for my regular trade. And then let's say one more thing to note as well. When you're a beginner, sometimes when you learn to trade and you start to win using some of the strategies, so such as a lot of my beginners in Binary Lab, when they find that strategy is working on a high volatility market day and they see that the range is good, the volatility is good, and then they start to say, hey, look at this one, this one, and then and then they start getting all anxious and upset and excited about the various opportunities happening at the same time. And I say, cool it, let's focus on 2 maximum at one time. There's no point in taking 3, 4, 5, 6 trades at one time within a same period of time. With, let's say, they could be at different expiry times, right? But let's say if they're all set to expire in the next 20 minutes, you are exposed to 6 times the risk in the next 20 minutes. Some may work, some may not work, but the sick thing is, if the market is very correlated, okay, and it's highly possible that all 6 can work, or all 6 may not work. And if all 6 may not work, imagine if all 6 were the so-called high probability reversal trades. Well, there's always the Murphy's Law, right? And then what's possibly happen is that you get all 6 trades at 2%, 12% out, 12% loss at a single time. Whereas if you cap that to, let's say, 2 of these 2% trades, that's 4%. If you won those trades, great, because you're going to get like 3% plus profit. But if you lost, it's just 4%, no big deal. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so a lot of beginners think of like making um, like fast overnight profits or fast daily profits. I'm going to bring this to a close right here. It's not really going to be overnight because you're going to be there trading it at the same time. Check out my other videos where I talk about something like the best trading times for binding options traders as well. I think that's a very good video for you to watch because you definitely want to be trading in the right times and not the wrong times when the market movements can possibly affect you in a bad way. All right, so when you want to trade, I want to, like I said, I want to bring this to the close. If you're a beginner and I want to set the expectations right, yes, binary options is profitable. Binary options is easier to make money in Forex. But the thing is that you need to be able to pace yourself the right way. I saw one idiot writing to me the other day. He says, I want something that can give me upwards of 80% profit per day. I say that I can possibly give you strategies that may win 85% of the time, but if you're looking for 80% profit per day, I say, you're probably best not trading. You're probably best heading to the casino and putting your money on roulette or you get the picture. There's no point. A good ratio, a good amount of daily profit to aim for is in the range of anything between 3% to 15 or even 20%. Okay, why is there such a spectrum? Because sometimes when, like I said, there are some days when the market has movement plus direction. If you have a lot of movement plus direction, you can get the big wins really easily, and you can get a lot of opportunities. If there's a lot of movement and direction in a 1 hour session that I do with the Binary Lab students on a daily basis, I can get up to 25 trades in an hour. Okay, but on the other hand, if the movement is not so fantastic, I can possibly I may get as little as 4-5 trades within an hour, and that's why I say in terms of percentage return, it really differs. Okay, so set your expectation right. Binary options will make you money, but it's not going to make you a ton of money overnight. There's a lot of people out there that will promise you ridiculous returns. Like there are a lot of people that could possibly try to comment beneath this video right now that binary option. Some of them they could giving legit comments that they edit later on and put some crap in there that says that, oh, if you leave $1,000 with me, you could have $7,900 by the end of the week. Bullshit. If you put in like say 3K right now, you could have 20K by the end of the week. All these are basically scammers, and quite honestly, if they had the skill of doing it themselves, then they wouldn't even need your money, right? For me, let's say 2 months ago, I started an account with 10K, and 2.5 weeks ago, this account was at 31,000. And my students watch me grow this account on the Binary Lab webinars over the past couple of days on a daily basis, until most recently we ended it last week. Last week I broke 60K and 70K on a Thursday and on a Friday. So it was a really on Wednesday and a Thursday it was 60K and 70K. So basically from 30K to 72K, I mean, if you could double your account within 2 weeks, that would be not bad. But for someone to be able to double your account to 5 times your account to 7 times your account within a week, I think that's kind of like out of this world. All right. So final advice for newbies: pace yourself, be disciplined, and before you go ahead on live demo trade, watch my other video as well. I have a video out there as advice for newbie traders that you definitely want to look at that. And then try out these money management strategies. Remember that money management is something that is a very interesting thing that is able to make even a 50% strategy profitable, as long as you know the probabilities and how it works, ins and out. If you try to simulate this out, a lot of students have even told me this. Okay, And this is why it's so important that you need to understand exactly what I'm saying today. I know I may be a little bit all over the place, but if you watch this video 2 or 3 times, you may get some of the sense that I'm trying to make. And there's a lot of notes. That's why I said at the beginning of this video, get your pen and paper ready. I'm just talking at the top of my head, but if you write these stuff down, you find that there's a lot of good pointers that you can put to use. And one thing that some students notice is that when they compare my statement with theirs, and they're wondering, why is it that they were in the same trades and won the same trades as I, lost the same trades as I? Why is it that I made a big amount of money? Why is it that they were at break even or made a small amount of money? It's all because I exercise money management to size the right trades bigger and the less confidence trades smaller. All right, so we have reached the end of this video, and for those of you who wish to receive training on to become a good binary options trader, and I conduct daily webinars for the members of the Binary Lab, and that's something that you can actually join for free by clicking the link in the video description to register. So this is free for everyone who opens their broker accounts through me, and you get to get full access to the methods that I use. You get indicators that you can download. You've seen them in my previous videos. I haven't shown anything today, but if you want to see how my screen looks like, check out my previous videos, and you can download the exact set of indicators, plus the instructions on how to use it, and in my webinars, take it as a learning tool that is going to help you apply these methods in real time. And in real time, you also be able to see how I size my trading. When do I go bigger? When do I go smaller? When do I really up the ante? And when do I kind of seem like a coward, but at the same time, later on it makes sense. And how, at the end of the day, you can see how I'm able to consistently grow my account despite ranging market conditions. So if that sounds like a good thing for you, go ahead to the link in the description and sign up for the Binary Lab today. I'll see you inside the group. Good trading, my friends.